Bawakan Dez Corkhill yang juga koresponden bola sepak Southeast Asia dan juga pengulas bahasa Inggeris untuk Astro Arena. Hi Dez.
Hi, it's good to talk to you.
It's good to talk to you always, Dez. Dez, straight to the point. Gavin's now the interim head coach and a lot of fans aren't too happy about it. Why didn't FAS just appoint someone new earlier, especially since they had almost 2 months before this friendly? Or is this match kind of a trial run for Gavin?
It's a really good question. I believe the FAS have interviewed a number of people already for this job, but they haven't appointed yet. And they've given Gavin Lee a chance. He'll probably be in charge for this game and the 2 matches against India, which are the real target for Singapore. They've got home and away games against India in the Asian qualification. And if they can get through that, and if Gavin Lee can get some decent results there, he might have a chance of getting the job full time. If so, it would be remarkable. I tell you what, if there's ever a coach who has made the most of opportunities, it's this fella. He's only 34 years of age. He started off with a kids' talent school. He then became manager of that talent school. He got an opportunity with Tampines Rovers as an assistant, learned under Jurgen Raab, who's an excellent coach. Then he got the Tampines job. Then he joined the backroom staff at Singapore. And then when Coach Agora went, he was elevated into the top job. He got his licenses when he was really, really young. He didn't play much. He was a promising young player. Played alongside Iswal Mabud, actually, who's in the international team today. But he's really made the most of his opportunity. The one big thing he brings to Singapore, he knows the players. He knows them inside out. He's seen them all. He's seen the stewards. He's seen the guys who've come through the Singapore sports school. So it's not exactly an appointment I would imagine will last unless he can get some astonishing results here and more particularly in the home and away games against India.
Dez, you mentioned that they've interviewed a few candidates there. Can you name names here?
Yeah, I mean, one of the ones I really like is a former Premier League player who's been in the A-League in Australia, Nick Montgomery. And the reason I like him is because he's used to dealing in situations where he hasn't got a lot of resources. And like it or hate it, if you're coaching in Southeast Asia, you can't come in thinking you're going to have a lot of resources. The Singapore League, very much like Malaysia, there's a limited number of professional clubs. They've only got 8 teams in the top flight. And you're not really going to be blessed with an abundance of talent. And so you need somebody like Nick Montgomery, who's he's a player's coach. He'll get on the playing field, and he's been there, seen it, done it at the very top level. And the other one that I really like the sound of, potentially, I wonder if he'd come, Manu Polking, who used to be Thailand manager, spent an awful lot of time in Thailand with Bangkok United and did very well there. So they're the 2 names I think would really suit if Gavin doesn't do remarkably well here. You hope for his sake that they don't get squashed, apart from tonight, of course, if you're wearing a Malaysia hat. But no, they're the kind of names, Nick Montgomery or Manu Polking, who could well be coming in.
Well, I like Manu Polking, the second name better, Dez, because he is obviously the AFF champion with Thailand 2 years ago. Dez, some fans aren't too pleased with the squad this time. Ignatius Ng and Jacob Meller were left out. Any idea why? We know Jacob just got back from injury, but was that the main reason? And Haris Harun seems to be struggling with injuries too?
Yeah, Haris Harun's with the squad. The Haris situation is very, very interesting. Obviously, we know of Haris Harun from his time in Johor. He's actually been made a vice president of the Football Association of Singapore while he's still playing. He's that important to what I think is going to be a mini revolution on what's going on in Singapore football. They've got a new man in charge in Forest Lee. They've got a new general secretary, and they're trying to introduce players into the situation of having influence in Singapore football. Again, I think it's a good idea because it's a very small ecosystem there, and you need all the experience and knowledge that you've got. But Haki Kaizon is another who's part of the FAS hierarchy at the moment. As for the team selection, Ignatius Ng he's an outsider. I mean, I think they've picked about as strong a squad as they possibly can. Jacob maybe might have deserved a place, but as you say, he's just back from injury. But when you look at the squad, it's a physically strong squad. It will be difficult to knock off the ball. And also, against Malaysia now, you need that physical presence. And for many years, I would have thought that Singapore, you can knock them off the ball. They can be physically intimidated. Not this group. Not when you've got the Irfans. We know all about Safwan Barudin, of course, his time at Selangor. Now he's at Lion City Sailors. Even without Haris Haram, Iksam Fandi's there. Irfan Fandi is back after injury. The two Stewart boys, they're strong as well. So I think this is probably a stronger squad as he could have selected. And it'll need to be against this new Malaysia.
A quick one, Des, before you are off to your commentary, Des. Singapore's off to a solid start in the qualifiers. 1 win, 1 draw. But the 2 games against India in October are huge. Do you reckon Gavin will still be in charge by then, or is FAS planning to bring someone new in before those matches?
Yeah, I'd imagine because it's so short, it's only in October, I'd imagine that Gavin will still be in charge of the Singapore national team by then. Then, unless he does brilliantly well, I suspect they will try to bring somebody else in. But they haven't made that decision yet. You're quite right. Those India games, those home and away games, absolutely essential. This is part of the development of Gavin to see what team he can put into those contests. As I say, this will be physically demanding for Singapore, but they've got the power and the presence and a good goalkeeper in Izwan Mabud. I know you've got a lot of goalkeepers on the board with you there, and Izwan's a good goalkeeper. This will be awkward. It'll be a test for Singapore, a test for Gavin. You know what? It's not going to be as easy as I think many Malaysians think.
Thank you, Des, for the quick dossier. I'm sure I'll speak to you very soon.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Enjoy the game.